Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for Time Together with Upcycling. My name is Mary, and today is We Got This Wednesday, and whatever we have before us, we got it. So, a little bit of what had happened previously was that I had gotten really sick last week. So, the last time that I filmed was actually last Thursday. So, it's been about a week, and I don't know if you can tell. If you go back to my previous video, you'll see that I'm a little bit labored in breathing, and it's kind of hard to talk. I had to catch my breath when I was presenting. So today, what I'm going to do is I usually do about 10-minute posts and stuff, but what I would like to do today is I would like to finish making a Christmas star with you. And this Christmas star I'm going to be making out of, as you can tell, Christmas wrapping paper. So right now what you do is you set it in the directions that you would like for it to go in. And then I always have to think this through as to which way I've got it to go. And then also, I don't know if you're noticing, but some of these strips of paper I'm needing to have like a little bit shorter. And you'll see why when we first start working on it, we actually have to turn it over and then get it to fold over, but I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Right now what we're doing is we are putting our loops through. You see they're all catching, so that's through, and that is through. So now all we need to do is tighten them. If you need to, you can always rewind and make it play slower. So next step, just want to get this nice and tight. This is the part where we're going to be turning it around, and we're going to be folding all of the pieces into themselves. You'll see what I mean. So first pieced over, then next piece, then last piece. Now this is really cool to see. It'll give you an opportunity to be able to, because it has the two different colors, you'll be able to see what ends up where. One's got a plain side, and you'll see the paper that I used has lines on it. This really helps in cutting a straight line. There would have been a lot of work just to do that. So now we have our first set. So you'll see in the spaces that you can put something through, that's going to be the first corner we're going to work on, and we're going to work turning the paper away from us and then towards us. And I found that this is the best way so that you don't have paper get stuck when you're pulling it through. Because I was getting paper stuck here. And if you have this fold on the outside, it won't get stuck. Most likely. All right. So I'm going to fold this down. And that goes through. So we're just going to turn it. And this is probably going to be the part where you start fast forwarding this, because I'm just going to be doing the same thing 3 more times on this side and then 4 more times on the other. It's the same move every time for the points. And then we got to make that decorative middle. So here is our second point. Here is our third point that we're now just making, folding it away, folding it towards ourselves. Folding it over and then pushing it through. Now, if these corners were getting caught and I couldn't put it through or anything, what I would be doing is that I would be making points at the tips to help the paper to go through, but I don't need to do that. So yeah, we haven't had to do that yet. All right, we've got our 4 points made. We're going to flip our paper over. We're going to finish our last 4 points, and then we're going to make our little rounds. As you can see, our little points. So folding it away from ourselves, towards ourselves. So who here thinks we're going to be finished in 10 minutes? Well, maybe 10 minutes from now we might be, but we're definitely not keeping to our 10-minute broadcast goals, I guess. And again, I am just doing the same exact thing on this side that I did on the other side, and that is making my 4 points. Love making my 4 points. Now, if you see, I have all of these other papers or all of these other stars that I had made with leftover papers and so on and so forth. So so you can upcycle with those. It's fun trying to keep these ribbons straight. The bigger it is, the harder it is to keep the ribbons straight. And that's okay. So we are almost done with this side. And then we'll start making our points in the front of the circle, or in front of the star. And it's funny, it kind of ends up making a circle. I'll show you what I mean in a minute once I'm done. I think I'm starting to slow down. Sorry. And we've got all of our wonderful 8 points. This is what makes this the German star, is the 8 points that you're seeing on here. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we are going to bend our papers back. And we can do that on this first side. And see, that gets kind of folded over. Now, we're going to take each paper and fold it back on itself. Now, this is a tricky part. And then we're going to hold it, and then we're going to put it through. So these papers are huge, so hopefully you saw that. But if you didn't, we've got 7 more tries for you to get it. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to fold this paper back on itself. You see how that last one created a point? And that's what we're going to do with this next one. And we're just going to keep repeating that all the way through. You see how it comes through this point? This one may need to get cut down a smidgen. Not sure yet. Nope, we got lucky. We didn't have to cut this. But if we needed to get it to come through, We could have cut it a little bit more. Now, one of the things that I like about having this loose to be able to push through here, and then one of the things that I don't like about having it loose is that they tend to loosen back up. I like to have things tight and down. Now this one is actually a bit difficult to get through. So we're just going to cut off the sides and then put it through. You see how much easier it goes through? You don't have to struggle with it. So if you don't have to struggle with something, don't. The tips usually, what you can do is you can cut them off and just snip them right along the lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them on just for a little bit of extra decorative flair. And I'm going to curl them at the end with my scissors. You'll see. Pull that through. All right, turning over to the other side, we're going to do the same thing. Fold over our paper. All right, now you can't really put it flat on anything because you got it. You guessed it, because of these wonderful peaks that we made over here on this side. So that's our first wonderful side. Looks like a little windmill, doesn't it? It's really colorful too. Love this side. Love, love, love. All right, and then here's our other side that we're working on right now. All we're doing is just bending our paper back. Bending, bending, bending. Everything's bent. All right. Now what do? We bend it back on itself. Hold it and push it through. All right. We got lucky. This one we don't have to cut. For the majority of these, we didn't have to cut. We just needed to cut that one. Uh-oh. And then pull, pull, pull. This one is nice and tight. If only all of them could be that way. Then we have only 3 points left to make. And then we're going to make our twisties and our curls, whatever you call them. And then we're done. We are at 14 minutes. So if you've hung out this long, thank you. Appreciate you. If you are blipping through, again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. 2 points left. This one's looking a little bit harder. All right. And you pull towards the back of it as you're pulling that strip through. Because if you place your hand here, that's where it's coming through, and it's not going to pull through because you're going to be clamping it down. Here is our last point. Now you see the circle it's creating on the last one after we're done with the last point. And this one also needs to be cut down. I'm still impressed we didn't have to make too many points. That was lovely. And so you're probably going, well, Christmas stars are supposed to be white, right? So we've got at least one white side. And what I really like about this Christmas star is that it has the 2 colors. It's very decorative. And you can see more detail in it. So right now you can see how it has about a circle. Looks like a circle that's been created in the center, right? For both sides. Isn't that lovely? Love it. And the wrapping paper just gives it a more festive look. So let's go on ahead and cut our ribbons. So if you like origami, this is absolutely the star for you. Most fun thing to make ever. I don't know if you can tell, I've kind of like, I've made a lot. Oh, yeah. Still need the scissors so I can make the bows or the curls. And so you just take it on one side, just run very lightly, not too hard. I've ripped these off. Get a little overzealous. There we go. And these I'm gonna, so you see how whatever you curl under is gonna be what reflects or shows out. So this side I'm gonna curl the colorful side out, and you see how that brings out the color instead of being the white. There we go. These I forgot to even cut. And if you wanted to, you could make them even more curly. I'm not risking it. I've tried to make them way too curly, and I've had them break on me. So we're just not. There we go. And try this side. One more. No, we got more. All right. And they don't all have to be tight loops. There's that one. One more. Nope. We got 4 more. I've gotten a lot better at making these loops than I was making them yesterday, so there's a positive. And I don't want to speak too soon, but I haven't ripped any of these off yet. I am very happy about that. And there we go. Whoops. Everything's still in focus. All right. So that is how to make a German star with wrapping paper. And what you want to do is you want to get the longest strip of wrapping paper that you can. You just need 4 of them. And if you hit rewind to the beginning, you can make a German star of your own. So thank you so much for joining me for Time Together with Upcycling. Today we made a German bow with Christmas wrapping paper. So I really appreciate your time. And again, today is We Got This Wednesday. Whatever we got this. We can definitely make it through. So last week you saw how sick I was, and I went and recuperated, and I am back. So tomorrow, not really planning on doing any more filming for this year. But if I do happen to hop on, it may be because either I have found a new project that I wanted to share with you. But right now, what we're working on is trying to get our studio organized and ready for the new year. So I think our next video is going to be along the lines of getting your studio organized, getting your arts, your crafts, your things, your supplies ready for when you are or when you do have time to be able to make either something out of paper or make yourself something out of plastic. There's an awful lot of waste that we have in this world. So whatever you can do to kind of help to make that, to lessen that, I'm here to help you. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me for Time Together with Upcycling. Bye now. I still have like a